Hey, what's going on? My name's Eric. I have a channel, Triple OT, where I do sports, talk about football and stuff. But I was thinking yesterday of making another channel. This one it's called Once Upon a Time. Just pretty much telling some stories that I've had in my life and some things I've gone through. But I'm pretty sure 95% of these are going to be real. This first one's going to be real. It's called Fake Rope Trick. Let's get started. So me and my buddy, we'll call him V. I know you pretty know what that's short for, Vladimir. Anyways, me and him were shoveling his driveway one day, and it's pretty snowy out, and it's really icy. So his dad's like, "Hey, we'll give you $20 each. You go shovel the driveway." He's got a wraparound driveway. So like, all right, let's do it. So we're out there shoveling about halfway through, and I'm bored as fuck. I'm like, "Hey, V, you want to try something cool I saw online?" He's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "It's called the fake rope trick." He's like, "What the hell's a fake rope trick?" Like, this is where each of us stand on each side of the road, and we act like we're holding the rope. When a car comes by, they think we're holding the rope, and they stop. He's like, "Shut the fuck up." I'm like, "I swear to God." So there we go. We go out there. Mind you, he lives on a 55-mile-an-hour road. It's a main road. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend doing it on a 30, 35-mile-an-hour, like a little residential area, so cars can stop easier. First car comes up, he starts slowing down, and he notices we're not holding anything, so he takes off. I'm like, damn. I was like, let's give it one more shot. Do it one more time. This van comes down to a complete stop, and just looks at us. I'm like, act like you dropped the rope. So we act like we dropped the rope, right? Car takes off. Next thing you know, I hear a big crash. I look behind us. One car is in the ditch, one car is on the other side of the road, and the van's sideways in the middle of the road. We book it. I run down his driveway, slip on a patch of ice and Superman that shit. He turns around, he's like, "Holy shit," starts laughing his ass off, runs around his house, hides behind the pool. I run through the garage, go down to the basement. My buddy C's sitting there. He's watching TV, eating a bowl of cereal. I run to the back room, change my clothes so it looks like I was never outside. I come back out, sit on the couch. C's like, "Yo, man, whatever just happened, I didn't have a part of it." I'm like, "Don't worry about it." 5 minutes later, no sign of V. Lady comes banging on the door. His brother D opens the door. She starts bitching at him, saying how her neck's broken and her spine's all messed up and her legs are broken and she can't see out of her left eye and she lost a tooth. And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about, lady? I have no idea." So he closes the door and he's like, "You guys better go out there and see what the hell's going on. Looks like there's 3 cars out there and now a sheriff." V comes back inside. He's like, "Yo, is everything okay?" I'm like, "I don't know, man." Phone rings. It's the sheriff. He calls him. He's like, "Hey, is this VW's house?" He's like, "Yep." He's like, "Yeah, you can just come outside. I want to know what the hell's going on here." We step outside, ambulance pulling up, a couple more sheriffs pulling up. This lady's just pulling, like she's just going all out. Oh, everything hurts. Sheriff takes our statements. He's like, "There's a good chance you guys are getting arrested here, causing an accident." We're like, "All right," so we each do our statement. And he's like, "So what were you guys holding?" I was like, "We weren't holding anything, officer." He's like, "So you guys just standing there acting like you were holding something, but nothing was there." I'm like, "That's the fake rope trick." He's like, "Well, that's kind of funny." He's like, "Why would they stop?" I'm like, "I don't know. He could just drive through it, take the rope right out of our hands. Just some nasty rope burn." So anyways, he calls his chief up, and his chief starts laughing on the phone. So he's like, "All right, you guys have been, this is a good cop here." He goes, "You guys have been truthful, your stories match up, you've been respectful." He's like, "I'm going to just give you a court date, send it in the mail, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Hey, can you bring me home? Because my parents aren't going to believe me. I do all this shit, the pranks all the time." He's like, "You actually want me to bring you home?" He's like, "I respect that." So we're in the back of the car, he's backing out. Lady comes flying up, gets out of the car. She starts screaming, "I want these guys in jail." He's like, "I got one in the back now, bringing him downtown." And she's like, "Good, that's where he belongs." Gave her a old bird out the window. Cop takes off, brings me back to my house, tells my parents, they're laughing about it, blah, blah, blah. About a month goes by, didn't hear shit about it. Then I get a letter in the mail. "Hurt in a car? Call William Matar." It's this guy out here, attorney for hurting a car and shit. This lady's suing me for all these medical bills, says all this shit's going on. I was like, "There's no way." She crashed into a snowbank. There's no possible way. A couple weeks later, this investigator comes to our house with the light turned off. There we go. Investigator comes to our house with a tape recorder. He's like, "I gotta ask you all these questions on tape, blah, blah, blah." Goes through this like whole half an hour thing, right? Then he's like, "By the way, you guys are off the hook. This lady was following too closely, and she's getting a ticket for it, and she went to the doctor. There's nothing wrong with her." I'm like, "Exactly, that's what I thought." But I'm pretty sure this van took off and then he stopped again. So that car had been coming up, or she would have already been stopped. So I don't know. We got lucky on that. My buddy calls me up. He's like, "Hey, did you hear?" I was like, "Yeah, we're all scot-free." And that's the only one time, well, twice I think I have been, but that was like the first time I was almost arrested. That was crazy time. I was really worried that we'd be going to jail for that, but I knew she wasn't, she was bullshitting. Anyways, that's the first story. Like, subscribe, share it. Hopefully once a week I can come out with another story, or it probably might not be all stories. This channel might just be for fun too. Post just random videos, but thanks for watching, guys.